Welcome to another episode of You Can't Make This Shit Up. David Washington, Joel Hawksley. We are so happy to produce, have Jay Washington Network do this episode. I want to get right into this, David. So this is HD 35, NPAs Lead the Way. In a stunning turn of events, Tom Keene emerges victorious over Erica Booth to secure the seat left vacant by Fred Hawkins. That's Florida District 35. Now, despite Republicans initially leading by 700 votes on Election Day, the unexpected twist came from the NPA, the non-party affiliates. Their votes favoring Keene at an impressive rate of 70% for the Democrat. This surprising outcome shows the dynamic nature of political landscapes. Congratulations to Tom Keene on this well-deserved win. Now we look forward to seeing him in action in Tallahassee, and maybe here on You Can't Make This Shit Up, because you can't make this shit up. Erica Booth should have won this with absolutely no problem.
The Democrats are like pigs in slop. They are enjoying themselves there. And, good for Tom. Congratulations again. Good for leader Fentress Driscoll for being here in Orlando, in House District 35, talking the talk, walking the walk. Great job, Samuel Vici Santiago, for leading the Orange County Democrats, and great job for all the Democrats and their allies who came out, the hundreds of volunteers who knocked on doors, who called, who were there, who did the work. And
absolutely, David. But I'm gonna put a pin in there. I'm gonna put a pin in there because guess what? Democrats, you lost. You lost.
You did.
You lost, and I'm going to show you why. NPAs are the reason you won. They usually lean to the right, especially in special elections, but they were sending a message. So you didn't reach out to them. You didn't do you didn't have a
they did. They did.
I'm just saying you didn't have the magic bullet. The people spoke because they don't want to be in your party. They don't want to be in my party. They want to be the decision makers. So kudos to the second party for coming out and, I did say second party, right?
Yeah, you did.
Because Republicans still have not overtaken the NPAs in Orange County. Right. So, listen, impressive. Whatever the message was that they wanted to send, NPAs leaned to the left, and Republicans spent a ton of money throughout their, so let's talk, they were too busy, throwing out their leadership, washing that away, bringing in new leadership, had the money already dedicated to this, so they just kind of threw it down to the scavengers because they didn't. If I had seen the Keene commercial one more time, I thought I was going to throw up. And I thought the messaging was horrible. And I don't think that message is what resonated with the NPAs. But the fact that they learned that there was a race, that there was somebody, running, and the name recognition, simple name, both of them. But the advantage was Booth. Republicans were too busy with in-house fighting. We got Trump, we have DeSantis, we have Iowa. Let's go to Iowa. Let's ignore this. Let's put a fundraising letter out the day after you get into office. Powers. David, the Republican Party is a mess right now. Identity. Christian was a methodical planner, and if he was fully engaged in this election, Keene would have lost.
Right. A lot of money poured into Booth's campaign. A lot of money. Upwards of $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 at one count. a lot of money into mailers, stacks. I received some of the mailers. I should pull them out, and I'll be talking about this in Countertop Politics and also the David Washington show. But the investment made in these mailers and the absence, the absence of Erica Booth on the campaign trail, just showed that the disconnect between the voter and the candidate. Anthony Pedicini, in his shop out of Tampa, coming into House District 35 and managing this campaign or consulting on this campaign, this is a big L for him.
Oh, huge.
And his group.
Listen, this is the attack dog of attack dogs. Like,
Indeed.
He'll eat our own kind of thing. Like, he got involved in the race with Michaela Nix, and again, we put too much emphasis on the mailers. I mean, yes, because your consultants are doing it the same old way. Look, you got to innovate. Elections are changing, and it's really slow for people to understand. But Donald Trump ran a different type of campaign. He focused on a different group of people, and he used the newest and latest tools. You get face-to-face time. Like, he got his time on by making these wild statements, but she was silent. It was we're a political consulting firm, a public relations firm. We do advertising. We are not trying to sell ourselves right this second. I'm trying to say, mailers, they sucked you dry. They ask you, how much do you raise? How much have you raised? And they spend every single dime on those mailers. The amount of mail that's going out is off of what you've raised, because they know that's where they make their money.
Right.
If you go and start giving it to the television station, which the Democrats did, right? That was an investment that Erica Booth didn't. I didn't see a single commercial.
I know Angelina was telling us that she saw, King commercials or Booth commercials out in West Orange. It was like, well, West Orange is not.
Well,
East
she did better than me.
Orange or
Listen,
East Osceola County, and it's like, how effective
the
is
market's
television?
The market's the market.
It's
It's
just
too
like,
big. Listen,
it's a poor investment. I've always said that television mailers are not the top tier investment that candidates should make. We saw two very good candidates in the primary and now the general election spend a fortune in these mailers, and they lose. They come up short in expectations. And again, you got to hand it to the Keene campaign, an effective ground game. Can't say that much for DeSantis in Iowa, but that's a different show. And meeting the people where they're at.
okay, David. So we're gonna take it. I'm gonna take this to a place where David has had door-to-door I-4 before we became Jay in Washington.
Still in existence.
And then door-to-door I-4 is focused on that connecting with the voter, face-to-face connection with the voter. Also, they can digitally reach out to individuals. We're combining the fact that you do market-based research where you're actually looking at the voter is changing the way elections are run. And the only reason that Iowa ends up being a second place victory for the governor was the fact that the organization blew all the money on a door-to-door campaign, and then you ignored New Hampshire. So let's see how New Hampshire turns out.
Right.
But we can only look at the second tier because Donald Trump runs things totally different and doesn't even have to spend the money because of all the court cases and everything else that are going on.
I think one of the takeaways we can have in regards to this particular special election result is the fact that, one, when you get after your voters, when you meet them where they're at, on their front porches, in their driveways, at their homes, in front of their devices, you're more than likely to win your race. Also, you look at where the votes were for both Keene and for Booth, and it's very clear that there's still a lot of work for the Democrats for the rural areas of Osceola County, in the rural areas in the exurbs of places like Osceola County and throughout the state. We need to do more work there. They need to do more
Orange
work
County,
there.
Orange County.
Let me finish. And then with Orange County, you had your core voters in the city, in the county, the exurbs, and they came through. And you hit those targets. You hit them as often as you need to, secure those votes, and then make sure that you get to those areas where you can reduce the margins between the Republicans and Democrats, and vice versa, as you move closer and closer to election day, based on past information.
Well, what I was going to do, David, and it was kind of where you were going. If you were to split Florida House District 35 into Orange and Osceola, Booth got over 60-something percent of the vote in Osceola County. Overwhelmingly,
Sir Backyard?
Overwhelming. It was Orange County where she needed that name recognition, where she needed to be, have all those resources, and it's a lost opportunity. But the NPAs cannot. They're a powerful voice, and that's where people need to be listening to. What are the NPAs saying? What is going on at the tabletop issue? Why are they leaving the party? They've left some party because we've abandoned them or some other reason, but they're coming out to vote in a special election. That is a plus right there.
Right. To take it further with the NPAs, the NPAs want to participate. They participated. I can't wait to see the breakdown, precinct by precinct and by party affiliation, the turnout. I think we were looking at about 20% turnout for this special election, general election.
Huge. So,
that's good. We need to do better. And again, kudos to the ground game for the Democrats. Again, this is a huge L for the Republicans in Pedicini. It's one seat. It doesn't really change the dynamics of the supermajority that the Republicans have in the legislature. However, the Democrats can say, bit by bit, we're making our way. We're resonating with not only our voters, but like-minded like-minded Republicans, and like-minded Republicans who resonate with the message and what's currently happening in state politics.
Again, congratulations, Tom Keene. Can't say enough.
Indeed.
You are, thank you for your service to the United States
Navy.
Navy, and I hope you do well, sitting in your nice cushy chair up in Tallahassee and voting against everything that gets passed.
And he'll be right back on the campaign trail once the session is over, because there's an election in November, and he will be the nominee for the Democrats. So,
presidential election year.
Here we go.
Have fun. Please share, just be part of our JN Washington community. Subscribe, get involved. This is David's line. I'm not going to say it. David, go ahead. Tell them not to bring their feelings.
Bring your facts and not your feelings. We don't give a damn about your feelings.
Thank you.